behind as well. We'll see how he goes, and you can see Sita is not all that interested, and at 17 years of age, if she doesn't want to get involved, she doesn't have to. But the sit-up behaviour over here, now for those of you who have a cat at home, you're probably looking at this and thinking to yourself, hey, my cat Fluffy does that whenever there's food around. Well, I can tell you that Fluffy very simply is trying to encourage you to give them some kind of a treat reward, or maybe just trying to get you to open up that can of Whiskers a little quicker than what you're currently doing. Whereas in the wild, it has a much more important purpose for cats. For example, say they're walking through long tall grass, trying to locate prey, trying to locate position. Maybe they're trying to pick up a scent mark on an overhanging branch or rock. This is exactly how they would go about doing that. Now for us, it's also a very good way of showing you how big they are. Obviously though, if they push up on their back legs, they're going to be a little bit taller again. And we're showing you that in two ways. Firstly, the traditional Tiger Island rise with a tiger up against our shoulder. And Pi, we're going to lean him up against the tree over there, because this is really what we're trying to replicate to you, the way that a tiger would mark territory. So by leaning him up against the trunk of a tree like this, digging their claws into the bark, of course, is going to leave a visual indicator that they've been there, and give any other tigers an idea of how big that dominant male or female of that territory is. It probably feels really nice to them as well, stretching the ligaments in and around the claw area, and helps to keep those claws in tip-top condition by removing any bit of dead claw that might be there. So again, really important behaviour for the tigers, and we'll see if Sita wants to do this one for us as well. Now you're probably looking at Dan down there and thinking, geez, to be a tiger handler you must be pretty tough. Well, not really. In fact, this behaviour is, the tiger is doing the majority of the work. So we're going to show you that now. This is the most difficult that we ask for milk. It's what we call a free stand or a fight stance. And you can see Ravi's doing an awesome job on Kai as well. I'm not actually going to ask Sita to do this behaviour. She's got a little bit of arthritis, and so obviously putting that extra pressure on the back hips, not great for her, so she can still look pretty though, doesn't she? So in that position there, freeing up the top paws means when fighting with an opponent, they're going to be striking out at their face area. So that is why they have that collar or ruff there. It very simply is designed to absorb those blows. Now what they're trying to do using this technique is get their opponent onto the ground where they can dive on top and strike out with their main weapons, of course, their canine teeth. So what we're going to do is, with Ravi and Sita here, we'll actually give you a look at their teeth by just pulling back the gum here. With Pi, when you see him do it, it's a little bit different, and that's because he doesn't like us sticking our fingers inside of his mouth. So he lets us know that by biting and scratching out at our fingers. Not a good idea. So obviously you're not enjoying it, so we just took that part of the presentation out. Now what I've actually got in my pocket here is a plastic replica of a tiger's canine tooth. So you'll see it's actually quite a lot larger than what you're seeing there. And the teeth are more important for catching prey. Big teeth like this enable them to bring down prey up to 5 times their own body size. So baby elephant and baby rhino, particularly the large deer species, things like Sumba and cheetah deer. They'll even kill gal, which is like a great big water buffalo. And pretty much anything that moves is potential food source for a tiger. So big teeth enable them to be able to do that. Alright, we'll have one more final look at Ravi's teeth. Dan's just brought him down here so everybody can see down there. And how about as we do that, we give him one final round of applause for the milk behaviours. I think they've done an excellent job so far. Easy it is for a tiger to make this distance here. Now really he doesn't have to put too much effort into it. All of the power is going to come from his back legs, and it's more of a hop. Let's give him a round of applause because it is a great demonstration. So when you consider that 140 kilos combined with a top speed of about 55-60 kilometres an hour in about 3 seconds, that extra momentum is certainly going to be able to take them a whole lot further. So yeah, 6 metre jump's not difficult. Now the other thing that makes them awesome at jumping is their tail. You can see it flicking up over his back there, and what this does is it actually gives him a bit of stability and also a little bit of extra momentum when he flicks it up over his back. And I think we'll jump him a couple more times, and then we'll bring him down the front here, and this is where it all started off for us, throwing a bit of chicken in the air and hoping for the best. And yeah, not too bad. Let's give him a round of applause there. Well, that's where it all started, and it's evolved from there and moved on to other behaviours. And I think Dan's got Ravi at the back there, showing you even little tigers can, well, maybe not weight-wise, but younger tigers can do this jump as well. And we'll jump him a couple more times, bring him back down the front. You can see he's a little bit more excited than what Pi was. And down to the front. Let's see how his jump off the ground goes today. Oh, how about that? Let's give him a big round of applause. Excellent effort there from Ravi. Alright, now so far what we've been doing is highlighting natural behaviours that tigers would need to master for survival. We're now going to show you a technique of training that makes our lives a whole lot easier. But very simply, if they touch it, they get food for it. Then the board simply gets smaller and smaller and smaller, like you're seeing now. Very simple to train, no stress to us and certainly no stress to the tigers. But we now have complete control. We want to take the tiger's temperature or give them their yearly vaccinations, bring a vet in nice and close and nice and safe to have a look at any problems they might have, bites, that sort of stuff. Okay, we can do that very easily. Now the other thing that you're seeing here from the other tigers is a tiger moving from one location to another. So what about if you want to do media work? You want to make a movie or commercial or documentary, need a tiger to move from one side of the scene to the other? How simple is that? And we enjoy being involved in the media work because it is lots of fun and lots of fun for the tigers to do that. But more importantly, it actually has an income. Not an income for Dreamworld or for us or for the tigers here, but for the tigers in the wild because they're the ones we're mostly concerned about. At the moment, we estimate around 3,000 tigers remaining in the wild. That's down from a population 100 years ago that was over 100,000 tigers. That current trend continues within the next 15 years. The tiger will be gone from the wild forever. Now, to me, that would be a very sad day. Now, the main reasons for the decline of the tiger is habitat destruction and poaching. Control that. Tigers live on for many years to come. So the money that we raise goes into paying wages to get people out in the tiger's environment on a daily basis, to get the poachers out of there, get the loggers out of there, to give these guys a chance of the future. Now, if this does sound like something you would like to help out with, we have donation boxes located in front of the shop, down next to the stairs to the tea house. There's also one up in the open air display near where Kai is there. We guarantee you there are no administration fees or setup fees. Put 10 bucks in there, 10 bucks goes offshore. Put 50 cents, $1 in there, it all goes offshore. And trust me, it doesn't need to be much. Every little bit adds up. If you can help today, we thank you very much. Now that is the more serious side of what we do here, but I truly believe that that's what Tiger Island is destined to do, to give the tigers a future out there in the wild. But it is the behaviours that we do here that bring people along. And this next one's quite interesting because a lot of the early literature, will tell you that tigers cannot climb. Theory being the tiger is too big, the claws are too small, no possible way they can support their weight in a tree. So who of you out there would like to see a tiger climb this tree right here, right now today? Anybody? I've got a couple of people right in front of me who are a bit excited. I want to hear from all of you. Who wants to see a tiger climb a tree? That's much better. Now, climbing trees for tigers is pretty straightforward. Coming down from the tree, not as easy. So Kai here is actually a very good tree climber, and I'll explain why. All of our tigers are going to do what he's doing right now. Up he goes. No problems whatsoever. Most of some of our other boys, they tend to just let go. But you can see he's using his incredible upper body strength there. You can even see him using his tail to balance him out as he's coming back down until he decides, hang on, I'm low enough, and now I can take the elevator, just like you're seeing now. Let's give him a big round of applause. Excellent effort from Kai there. And also hopefully indicating to you that if you're being chased by a tiger, don't bother climbing a tree. It's not going to help you at all. Alright, so we come to our final behaviour for you. This is awesome and you're going to help us out. Very simply, I'm going to count to 3 and I want you all to shout, jump, nice and loud and enthusiastic, and we're going to see if we can get our tigers to fly for you. We'll have a quick warm up for you. You ready? 1, 2, 3, jump! Fantastic. Alright, so now it's up to the handlers. They're in position, ready to go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, jump! Oh, there he comes flying! There we go. Oh well, I got the call all up there, so didn't quite work out as we planned, but still an awesome effort there from Kai and Ravi as well. Guys, that does bring us to the end of the presentation. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Dreamworld, and bye for now.